Hi everyone. So I asked Sonia to set this up so that I could talk to you because there are so many messages coming in to us from around the world, and I can't read or write or see screens right now, but people can read them to me, and I can tell you that if I could call every one of you and thank you because I can talk, I would. But that's a little bit outside of my range right now to make that many calls. So I thought maybe I could just say a little something to tell you what it means to me to watch the love and the support surround my wife and my family and me right now with your prayers and your love. This last couple weeks, as you can imagine, has been a little bit scary, but mostly I just feel blessed. And I know for some people that will sound like a strange thing to say when you've just been diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. But I really feel that I am just blessed right now in my life. I have seen messages from people that I haven't talked to in 30 years, but that are still touched by our connection in this world. And it means so much to me. A couple of the miracles I wanted to share with you. So when I was at the hospital, anyone who's known me for too long knows that politics is in my blood. But maybe you don't know quite where it started. Well, it started when I was just 5 or 6 years old, and I found out that you could run for president. And I came home and talked to my grandparents and my mother, and later via ham radio to my father, who was at war, and told him that Grammy told me that when I turned 35, I could run for president. And my father took the time to count with me and figure out what year that meant that I could run for president. And so I made a plan. 1996 was going to be my year. My Grammy and my mommy made me a little shirt that said, 1996 is your year. And I held that shirt. For years, I kept that shirt. And I never did run for politics, as most all of you know. Reason being is when I was 21, I realized I was in love with a woman. And I believed that meant that my political career was over. I talked to my pastor at the time. I talked to my aunts. I talked to my mother. Talked to my political science teacher. And while none of them told me I couldn't be in love with a woman, all of them told me that probably was the end of my political career and that maybe I should think about that before I made any more choices. I spent the next years of my life making sure, or trying to make sure, that there was a little Terry out there someday that could run for office if she wanted to and not worry about who she loved. The funny thing and the miracle about this story to me is that while I didn't run for president in 1996, I helped produce the first ever women's inaugural ball for a president that year. And one of the women that we honored that night and our host committee was Sonia Rutstein from Disappear Fear, who went on to become my wife. So while 96 was not my year to run for president, there are hundreds of candidates out there now that are out and proud, including a cabinet member of our current cabinet. So if a little part of my work led to that, I am so grateful. And this is where the miracle comes to today. When I was at the hospital going into neuro ICU, my wife brought my ballot to the hospital because she knew that if I woke up from this surgery and hadn't voted, or they had already given me drugs, I would be upset that the integrity of my vote would be compromised. She knew me so well and loved me deep enough that even in the moment of crisis where she was hurting too, she cared enough to bring that ballot to the hospital to me, and we voted like we always have together. I wear this sticker proudly. My wife delivered my ballot to the Board of Elections and made sure that my vote counted. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I'm going to ask you to please look deep in your heart when you vote this year. Vote for the person, not the party, that will fill your soul. Vote for school boards where teachers and parents choose our books, not politicians. Vote up and down the ticket for people that you would be proud to have your children emulate. And please, please look deep in your heart and your soul and vote for the person that you believe will help us get back to civility in this world and in this country. This week has been full of miracles for me. I was blessed to get a bed at one of the top hospitals in the country. The neuro team that happened to be on call is one of the best in the country for this particular surgery. I have been surrounded with blessings as I fight this. People reached out to Sonia while we were still in the hospital and said, if you need anything, let us know. When the hospital told us that insurance wouldn't cover it, but they highly recommended we get a bed where we could still sleep together like we had done for 27 years. People reached out and said, if you don't start a GoFundMe, we will, because we know there are things that won't be covered. As soon as she reached out to people to ask them for recommendations about a bed, our family in California Venmo'd us a small part to get started on ordering that bed. I can tell you that the very first night it arrived, I got the best night's sleep I have had since this started, and I am forever grateful for every one of you who has sent us love and prayers. I told my friend in Dubai, I feel like if you looked at my house, it's glowing in space. There are so many prayers coming to us. I talked to my neurosurgeon, and he said that I'm very sensitive to light and sound still, and I can't read or write, but I can talk, and I'm grateful for that. But I told him, I think that the reason that the outside light hurts me is that I'm so filled up with light from all of you in your prayers that I can physically feel it in my DNA. And I think that because of it, it's too much to have it on the outside too. I know that maybe scientifically that doesn't make sense, but I gotta tell you, I feel it. I've never felt so blessed and so loved. And I've always felt blessed and loved. I've always known that I have a family that I believe I was perfectly born into. I have one of the strongest mothers in the entire world. And was blessed with 5 brothers and sisters that, while as adults we may not always agree, as children, they were my tribe, and I knew it. And they have rallied this week. My mother was up here able to be with me because my sister and my brother moved in to take care of my dad so that she could be here. And my little sister said to me, I'm a mom, and our mom needs to be with you right now. That love, that support, that warmth is what is going to help me beat this. I know what the prognosis is. I am not naive, and my brain is still functioning. But I can tell you that I do not intend to leave this earth yet. I'm not ready to leave my wife or my family or my friends. And I'm going to fight it with everything I can. And I am so grateful for the love and the support that you are allowing me the peace to have so that I can fight it. When Sonia told me about the GoFundMe, she told me that within minutes of posting it, our bed had been paid for. Twice already, I've heard them say, insurance probably won't cover this. And my wife has been able to say, it's covered. Thanks to all of you. I am overwhelmed by how much support you have sent in prayer, in notes, in messages, in dollars. But more important than any amount of money is that you have taken the time to share how our lives interacted with each other and the support and the blessing that God has given my family and my wife. Because those of you who know me know that I'm the one who always takes care of everything. I'm always the one that can fix everything. But I can't fix this for her. She has to do all the things that she's always done, and on top of that, all the things that I have always done. And that you are lifting her up with so much support is everything to me. And I hope you know that. I love you. I hope hearing my voice brings comfort, not sadness. I hope seeing me is not too alarming. Please know that I am strong and I am a fighter, and I intend to see you on the other side of this and still on this side of the earth. I love you. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being in our lives. Thank you for going through this journey with me and Sonia right now and all of my family. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye. So I had two things I wanted to add. I wish I could put pen to paper right now because I would be blogging, but I can't. But next to me here, this bottle for my kids in Rosenheim and Hoff. I want you to know that I intend to return this bottle to you. For Simon, you know what it means to me to carry it home from Germany each year and return it back to you. My part of my recycle that will never go away. But I wanted you to know it's here with me and in my heart, and all of you. You guys, being able to teach you and work with you over these years has been one of the joys of me and Sonia's touring. And I'm thinking about you all and the messages and the WhatsApps that I have received. I can't tell you what it means to me. Just know that I will never, ever, ever forget my time with you. And I look forward to seeing how your music and how your lives impact this world. I love you guys. And this, Annie Wentz made me the softest hat. And while I can't wear a hat yet, because even putting the pillow up next to my head is a little sensitive still, it is the softest hat, and I can't wait till the day I can wear it. I just had to add those things because it is the little things in life, like carrying a bottle of soda home from Germany that is the best orange Coke mix in the world, and then returning the bottle for a refill when I go back the following year, that brings smiles to my face and brings warmth to my heart. And those memories are with me forever. And I thank you for making me part of your lives and holding Sonia and I in your lives. Thank you.